Damn it. Let's try it one more time. Ready? 1, 2. Alright.
Hello and welcome to the RSG podcast. This is episode 66, 67?
Something like that.
It's in the 60s, high 60s. I'll number it eventually. You'll
Not
see
69.
Yet.
Yet.
What is it?
I'm not going to do an episode 69, bro.
We're just
Will.
gonna
It's
skip it.
immature and inappropriate.
We're going to go ahead and
It'll just
we'll
be
go
about
68 to 70.
It's been pixelated the entire time.
I saw this thing on the internet the other day. It was funny. It said pixelated anime pussy. And had this chick you saw on the
Yes.
news, and she like it had pixelated out the cat. They put a
Yeah.
cat on the cat. Oh, I was like, Reddit, you got me.
You got me.
You got me.
You got me.
But yeah, we got a few things to talk about tonight. The new Batman versus.
But you still clicked on that link, though?
That's how Reddit got him.
Yeah, I clicked on
can't-
It's
that.
like, yeah, I clicked on that link.
If he doesn't click on the link, Reddit doesn't get him.
Yeah.
Alright, just making sure.
I was like, ooh, okay. Aww. Kinda. Even though pixelated in general, so even you just be like, oh look, it's a blurry mess of something.
Right.
But yeah, no, the Batman vs Superman trailer dropped.
Yeah.
It's causing some dissension here.
There's a lot of people who dislike this trailer very strongly.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not alone in that, right?
Oh, thank goodness.
I can see that,
You're not
though.
alone. There's a lot of people who really hated this trailer.
I can see that, though.
And there's lots of people who have, like, fan-edited it out to be like, now it's a better trailer than it was before. Like, the people who work at DC Marketing don't know what the fuck they're talking
What
about.
did they edit out?
The big reveal?
Oh.
And some of Jesse Eisenberg with his like bullshit lines,
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Clark Kent got quite a grip on this one. Watch out for that guy. He's strong. Hint, hint. I know you're Superman. Just saying."
Did that bother you?
Didn't bother me at all.
Didn't bother me.
I was good.
I was
with it.
fine with it. You know, it's a comic booky sort of thing to do. I think.
I'm personally excited to see a different take on Lex Luthor because so far everyone who's tried to do it in like the comic book vein of Lex Luthor has kind of screwed up.
Yeah.
It's not been that good.
Well, he's supposed to be Lex Luthor Jr.
Oh wait, what?
Yes.
They're retconning a lot of stuff, like all of Doomsday.
LLJR.
LLJR.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
I guess I'm okay with that. Really, I mean,
LLJR.
You know, I have issues with the Wonder Woman, but my main beef in that trailer is Doomsday, and the fact that they're basically telling you that Doomsday is Zod, because Lex Luthor gets a hold of Zod's body, it shows him unzip the body bag, and then
it shows Zod's dead body.
And then all of a sudden, when you get a close up on Doomsday's face, it resembles Zod, and I did a lot of reading.
Which means it's not Doomsday.
Well, right.
And they said it's Doomsday?
Yeah, they said the release was Doomsday, didn't they?
I haven't read anything where anybody officially from Warner Brothers or involved with the movie said it's Doomsday. Everyone else on the internet's like, that's Doomsday. But I don't know that I haven't read anything official by anyone saying that it's Doomsday. So maybe they did.
Well, here's one thing.
But as far as I know, no one's officially said it's Doomsday.
There was a part in, I believe it was the comic series Sentient or whatever for Doomsday. I don't know if you read that much about it. Like I did, after we were discussing it on Friday, my Doomsday, like I am an authority on Doomsday
You're
right
a Doomsday
now.
authority now?
So he's supposed to be over 250,000 years old, right?
Old guy.
Yeah. He is a complete monster when it comes to just like predatory. The way he was created is they put the baby on the planet and let the nature just destroy him, and then resurrected him. Kept doing that until he eventually became the alpha predator of the entire planet. So, but the thing is, like all his deaths are permanently embedded in his genetic code, so he remembers and feels like every death ever. And
So it's a super hate machine, too.
Right.
Yeah.
And since that was
Not to be
prehistoric.
confused with a pretty hit machine.
Well, it was prehistoric
Not at all the
Krypton
same.
that they did all that. So now whenever he comes in contact with a Kryptonian, he goes fucking Red Hulk.
Right.
So, yeah.
I love you just made like a Marvel reference
To a
DC
DC
character.
Well, I wanted to just
prove a point.
I wanted to let people know just how serious he is when it comes to that. And so, in Sentient though, Lex Luthor does resurrect Doomsday with DNA stolen from Superman. regrows his muscle and strength and skin. So I could see where they're kind of taking that role a little bit and saying, well, we're not going to get Superman's DNA,
Right.
but we're going to go ahead and create Doomsday from Zod, body of Zod or whatever, which I don't like. But I mean, okay, so say that is Doomsday. Are they ready to kill off Superman now?
That's a question. That was a question,
right?
Yeah, it's
Right,
too
they
early.
just brought him back. Like they just
Well,
relaunched
and they already have Justice League movie in the plan.
Right.
You can't have Justice League without Superman.
But you can't have
right?
Doomsday without Superman being dead. Like that, whenever they clash, Superman dies. It's just the way it is. And
Well, I mean, except for the fact that like a lot of people would feel like that about Lex Luthor, but this isn't Lex Luthor apparently.
true, like
It's
so
Lex Luthor
Yeah.
Jr.
And so they're Junior, so
Which I didn't know until just now.
I'm trying to see. Although, interesting fun fact: Doomsday didn't get his like bone claws and stuff like that till after the first fight with Superman, because he got those after he regenerated when he was resurrected. Because when he killed Superman, the three beings or celestial beings that called themselves Superman that came back, like sent him out into space, and the metal Superman sent him out into space on a trajectory that would never hit a planet. Well, it ends up going into a wormhole, and then gets sent back to Apocalyptic, which is a planet, Darkseid's planet.
Darkseid Planet, yeah.
And from there, when he resurrects, like somebody resurrects him, and he comes up, and then that's when he starts getting all the bones.
bone stuff like
Yeah.
that.
So I mean, it could be. Well, the interesting fun fact: he almost wiped out the Green Lanterns. Doomsday.
Yeah.
He went against them. He killed hundreds of them.
Yeah. Well, the Lanterns are generally pussies, I think, so.
Yeah. There was only
I'm
one
alright with
Guardian that actually beat him and sent him flying, but he laid Darkseid to waste.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So maybe it's Doomsday, maybe it's not. I don't know for sure, but if it is, it'll be interesting to see how they play that out as it goes, right?
Yeah.
It's a little too early for it to even be Doomsday, in my opinion.
I agree.
Like, Doomsday's the finale, man. Like, he's the one who kills everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Literally, that's his namesake. Yeah.
So,
It does seem early for Doomsday. I agree. They need like a large level threat, because if you thought that this movie was all going to be about Batman and Superman beefing, then you were wrong. People
oh
always
yeah. Oh yeah.
do. A lot of people on the internet who are like, "Isn't just having Batman fighting Superman enough?" No, this movie was never going to be Batman fighting Superman for the whole movie. This was always going to be Batman and Superman fight in the beginning, and then they get a higher level threat come in, and they both team up to defeat him in the end.
What would have been that threat if not Darkseid?
They needed a mega level threat. Darkseid, maybe?
Darkseid, I think, would have been okay.
Dude, Solomon Grundy, bro. Come on.
Solomon Grundy.
Solomon Grundy, he's the zombie you can't ever kill because he's already dead, etc., etc.
But I don't think he's a
Lobo.
Force Batman in... Think so?
Well, I like Lobo, so I'm biased.
Well, there's a whole bunch of.
Lobo's not even really an anti-hero. People call him, he's just kind of a bad guy.
Right.
Yeah, he had his own comic book, but he wasn't a good person.
Right.
So, it'd be kind of cool.
I don't see Lobo either.
Yeah?
No.
Alright.
I think that either Batman or Superman can handle Lobo alone.
I don't know enough the comics to refute that.
I don't know if my comic books to confidently state that.
Okay.
So,
Alright.
but that's just my general feeling on the subject. I mean, maybe they couldn't, but... So let's get to the important part.
Yeah, okay, let's get to the
Okay. Ryan thinks that Gal Gadot is the worst thing to happen to Wonder Woman since Linda Carter.
I didn't say that, but you're not wrong.
Because Ryan believes that she is neither buff enough nor tall enough to be a convincing Amazon.
Well, I'm not wrong.
And he proffered an alternative.
I did. Now,
And
mind you, this alternative was the first.
You proffered an alternative
Wait.
solution.
Let him speak the solution, because that's an important part of this.
Right. So, we were discussing why I didn't think Gal would be a very good Wonder Woman. I said she's not strong. She's not buff. She's not. She doesn't look like an Amazon to me. Because I've seen her in the Fast movies, or the
She's
Furious
skinny.
movies, whatever. Yeah, she's like a rail. And Wonder Woman is an Amazon who fights crime. She should be strong, curved, and buff. It's just the way it is. And I said Serena Williams because Serena Williams is very strong looking. It was later pointed out that she is not that tall.
She's shorter than Gal Gadot.
Yes, which movie magic?
I think
They can make her taller?
I think your specific words were Gal Gadot should give up her SAG card for even being considered for the role of Wonder Woman.
I did say that.
Those were the words.
I did say
Yes.
that, and I stand by those words.
Listen,
Nothing against her, just shame on you.
I'm just saying, for the same reason you're saying movie magic, Gal Gadot could have bulk up a little bit. I mean, here's the thing.
I mean,
Here's
it
the
would be
thing.
unheard of for an actor or actress to change her body type, his or her body type, to be in a role.
But here's
But clearly she didn't.
Unheard of.
we didn't get a good look at her.
Come on,
She get like a 5-second
And she's,
dead.
and she's standing beside the 6-foot wide Batman suit.
Right.
That
like-
suit is ridiculously buff.
It's huge.
Although it's funny because if you watch Gone Girl, you'll see where Ben Affleck is already starting to bulk up for the Batman role, and he's a freaking monster.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't believe it. I mean,
Also, we don't need. Wonder Woman should not be Superman with tits bolted on.
no, I'm not saying she's got to be like fucking She-Hulk here. I'm just saying that she's got to be.
Okay, you're saying
strong.
she does have to be like She-Hulk.
No, she's gotta be
Have
an
you
Amazon.
seen She-Hulk?
That's true. She-Hulk is. She's not like super. Yeah.
That's what you're
Yeah.
saying. That
Yeah, she does have to be like She-Hulk. Yeah.
That's exactly what you're saying.
Well, listen.
Because if you painted Serena Williams green and made her 5 feet taller, well, not even that tall, but give her extra 2 or 3 feet, she could be She-Hulk.
I think there's a solid middle ground here. The Wonder Woman's from the comics, from many of the comics, not the more recent ones, but some of the ones
originally she was much more slender.
I wouldn't say slender. She was more slender than she is now.
Slender.
I said much more
I
slender.
said much more slender.
Right. Well,
Then the comparison to now.
comparison in the comics.
Yes.
But she wasn't as skinny as Gal Gadot. She was not.
Honestly, I've never looked at another picture of Gal Gadot, and I've never seen her in any of the Fast and Furious movies. So all I had were the few shots we've seen of her in her Wonder Woman garb, and she looks fine to me.
I think she looks okay. Yeah. I'm just saying, I partly agree with her, and I think she could be larger. She's really skinny. But
Well, she was a fashion model, so.
really skinny. So really skinny.
Well, yeah.
But, maybe she bulked up, who knows? We'll see. We didn't really get a great look at her. She's only in the trailer for probably less than 5 seconds total.
Right.
You can't make a snap judgment off of that, but...
I can and did.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, not again, Ryan.
You can,
And Ryan,
but should not make a snap judgment off of that.
that his judgment was quite mean.
Well, let's
Yeah, it was pretty rough,
It was
but I stand by it. I said it, I stand by it.
I'm just saying, it's too late now.
You think a Serena Williams would be a better choice? You also mentioned Ronda Rousey, but
Well, that was more of a body
Ronda
shape.
Rousey can't
As a body
act.
type. See, this is what I agree with. I think the body type of Ronda Rousey would have been the perfect Wonder Woman.
Yeah, but acting and face.
But
She can't
or just
act.
acting.
Yeah.
Acting
Her
is-
acting is so
Well, hers isn't that
terrible.
good either. Granted, I'm basing my information off of the Furious
Off the
films,
Fast and the
which
Furious writers.
you can still
I mean,
deliver lines.
None of those people are good.
Yeah.
Including Ronda Rousey.
That's true. She was in those, wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
I
Yes, she
forgot,
was.
yeah.
Yes.
But
Yes, she was.
yeah, no. I don't know. I think
think
they
she's
could have
fine.
cast it better.
I think she's fine.
I think you're just a bit sexist. You need that lit looking supermodel.
And he said lip too.
Of course I did.
Fuck you.
I will say that every
Get
single
out.
time to you.
Just I'm not even,
I will say that every time to
I'm
you
not
on
even
purpose.
acknowledging that you have made an argument.
Sometimes I like to type it to you in text because I know you'll think you'll see it and you'll picture me saying it.
I will picture you saying it
Yeah.
wrong. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah. But but she's, I don't know. I think she's too skinny too. If as long as she acts it out fine, maybe it'll be okay in the end.
Maybe. It's not a very good picture. Trying to find
That's what I'm saying.
images.
You don't have a good image of her as Wonder Woman, really. We can look up. They took a picture of her as Wonder Woman in her Wonder Woman garb. There's a promo picture of her. Something Gal Gadot Wonder Woman.
But anyway,
Good images.
what do you think about the trailer? I guess overall, what's your thoughts, Robbie?
I thought this trailer was better. Okay, this trailer reminded me of 80s and 90s movies trailers where they're like, let's explain to you the whole story of how things are going to go. Like, people have been getting away from that kind of trailer for a while, but they've also found that, like, in order to get general movie audiences in, like, people like us who are going to go see it anyway don't want this trailer. We want to have the whole movie explained to us. We don't want to know that Doomsday is the big villain at the end. We want that to come to us as a surprise, right? General movie-going audiences who don't necessarily like comic book movies or aren't necessarily like comic book fans want to know the whole movie before they go in, so they can decide if they want to spend their $5 on it or not, or $10 on it.
So you don't like the trailer that much?
The trailer actually, I liked watching the interplay between Affleck and the Superman guy. Whoever that guy, I can't remember that guy's name right now.
Yeah, Superman.
But that guy, and Affleck, like as Batman, as like Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne, where they were like, where Clark Kent's like this, you know, I can't believe Gotham just lets this vigilante guy run around, and then Batman's like, I can't believe that, you know, Metropolis lets this fucking alien just live here and do whatever it wants to do. You know? And so they're like just do this little like name calling and stuff like that. And I thought that was interesting, but the rest of it was like, nah. I think they gave away too much.
I think they gave away too much too. I have a number of problems with the trailer, and only because it points to some possibilities in the movie that I hope don't play out the way they seem they might play out.
Mm-hmm.
The first part being...
What's that supposed to prove?
Nothing. It's just some fan that understands.
I can't even see it.
I know, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
But the first thing is that Wonder Woman looks a little like Deus Ex Machina in the trailer.
She does appear to be pretty Deus Ex Machina.
We don't know where in that movie that part's taking place.
Right, and we don't know if they've already... And the whole, like, yuck scene where he's like, I thought she was with you. I thought she was with you. Like, come on, guys. Seriously?
Yeah.
Seriously, we're gonna go with that? We're gonna go with that? The I thought she was with you line in your DC? I thought we weren't doing jokes in DC movies.
Oh, that's right. That is absolutely
I thought we weren't
right.
doing jokes in DC movies. Because...
Oh, serious business.
That's a joke.
They've always done, a few jokes. It's just not been, like, really prevalent.
Sure.
But they've been in a number of their movies already. So
Yeah, I thought they weren't doing jokes anymore.
You keep saying that, but they've been doing jokes.
Came out with an announcement.
They've been doing jokes the entire time.
There was an announcement.
You're an idiot. Okay, so
there was an announcement.
That's my first problem. Is like I don't know when it's actually happening in the movie, but she looks like I don't know a little.
Like she just appears in time to save Batman.
They don't know where she came from, so like how much story building are we getting about Wonder Woman? Is she just showing up and going to be the mysterious thing at the end that we're looking into in the next movie, or is she like there's going to be character building throughout the movie of her like behind the scenes that they don't know about? We don't know yet.
Right. That could very well be the last end of the movie or whatever.
If you watch the trailer, I think there's a scene where Clark or Bruce Wayne meets with Diana Prince, who is Wonder Woman. So,
well, yeah, I know.
I think
is it in the trailer?
I think so.
Is it? Oh.
I think in the trailer there's at least a scene where the two of them meet or whatever, or are talking.
It just depends on how much character building she gets.
That's what I heard, that there's that scene. I would not recognize her out of her Wonder Woman costume. So she would just be like some random lady talking to Clark Kent, as far as I knew. So
the scene must be very, very, very short then, because like usually when they have a scene of one of the main heroes talking to another main hero, that's a noticeable scene, and I don't remember that part in any of the trailers. I'll have to go back and look at it again.
Because you're sexist.
You don't even know what that word means. Shut up. Anyway,
you're like talking to why is Batman talking to a girl? Girls are stupid.
Why is Bruce Wayne talking to a girl?
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like I would have recognized her, but maybe not. Maybe I wouldn't have. That was my first problem. The second problem I have with it is like, if you throw in Lex, you throw in Doomsday, you throw in Wonder Woman, you throw in Batman and Superman, like that's a lot of hands in the pot.
Not to mention you've already got this cult about Superman that like the people are kneeling to him when he goes out in this one area.
Yeah.
So they've got to explain that whole thing.
Yeah, it's just a lot of things happening here, and I'm afraid it's going to be a little
light.
Spider-Man 3.
Ooh.
I'm afraid of that.
Oh no, he didn't.
Spider-Man 3.
Just saying.
Dude, that's
Boldly stated.
I'm afraid of it. I'm not saying it is going to be. I'm just afraid that it might
Well,
be.
you're not wrong. It could very well be that terrible.
Is it going to be Amazing Spider-Man 2, though? First of all, which do you think is worse, Spider-Man 3 or Amazing Spider-Man 2?
That is so hard. That is a really difficult...
God,
I'm going to have to go with Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I have to go with Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Because of the dubstep fight scene?
Well, that's part of it. But here's the main reason why is because in Spider-Man 3 it failed mostly, I'm going to say, because they were torn in too many directions. Different directions. Nobody gives a crap about Sandman. No one gives a crap about Sandman.
He was that annoying guy you had to fight in the Sega game.
Right.
Yes, so
Yeah.
God, it's so annoying.
But they had
So bad.
there's too many things going on there with the Sinister Six, and then Sandman
setting up the
and
Sinister
Carnage,
Six.
who deserves his own damn movie. I've always said,
Yeah.
or not Carnage, but Venom.
Yeah.
But they screwed it up because of that. They didn't have too many people. They had two people. They didn't have too many people in this one, but they screwed it up.
They still so bad.
Screwed it up.
It was so
Even
horrible.
worse.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So
Screwed it up.
They fucked it
Yeah.
up.
I don't know. I think it's worse. Yeah, I think it's worse.
yeah, and it could get that bad, So we'll have to see, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, part of me feels like it's going to be better than that because I feel like the actors are better, but that's about as far as better it gets. I think Henry Cavill's is better.
I don't think I've seen Henry Cavill in anything other. Okay, he was in Man from
He was a
Uncle.
Man from Uncle.
And he was good in Man from
good.
Uncle. I enjoyed him as that.
I love
in
that
Man from
movie.
Uncle. Yeah.
There's one other thing I watched him and I can't remember what it was now. But he was pretty good at it. I really enjoyed it.
And if Doomsday is going to be resurrected Zod, I like Michael Shannon too. So
God, I hope not.
Batfleck though,
I hope.
I think it'll be a good Bruce Wayne.
That's
You
what
know I mean?
matters.
And that's what really matters in the end.
Yeah, because they can get anybody in the suit to do the fighting and whatnot.
Right.
But
And then
He
Gal
just
Gadot.
looks too damn big. He just looks too huge.
That's
Maybe it's
ridiculous
because he
huge.
is that huge. I don't know.
well, I mean, if you look at the animated series, Batman was huge in that.
Well, yeah, but it's animated.
I understand, but it's still
Yeah, he also had a perfectly
canon.
square jaw.
Yes, which is genetically possible.
Genetically possible. But he also had skinnier legs, you know?
Right.
Yeah, he did have some chicken legs.
He was shaped like a V, pretty much.
Yeah. But this is, I don't know. We'll see. I didn't hate the trailer. I liked it as much as I liked the last trailer, to be entirely frank with you. I'm just like,
I thought the Comic-Con trailer was better. I did.
Did you?
The one
'Cause
that-
Yeah.
I like because they ended with "Can you bleed?" I mean, I was just like, ooh.
Except for the,
fight boys.
the red coats are coming line from Jesse Eisenberg or whatever.
Yeah.
The red capes are coming or whatever. That line at the end of the Comic-Con trailer was bad, but I thought the rest of it was better in general.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But anyhow, what else do we have here? I think we have.
That's about all for Batman vs Superman. Really,
Yeah.
Nothing else to really go into about it. We'll all see it still.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're gonna be like, nope, not going. So, yeah. So we also have the Final Fantasy VII PlayStation Experience was this week out in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And most of the things that they talked about released I didn't care about. But they did release a gameplay trailer for the Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Which looks really good.
Yeah.
Looks really good.
The graphics look pretty amazing.
The graphics look good. I'm not gonna say amazing. I don't think they look amazing.
Yeah?
I think they look good.
Well, for gameplay, I think they look pretty good for gameplay.
I'm saying we've had too many other things come out recently that look amazing. Truly look amazing. This looks okay.
Like what?
Battlefield. Or Star Wars Battlefront, rather.
Alright.
That game
Which,
looks...
have you guys
I'll give you
watched
Star
any of the
Wars.
videos of the Battle of Jakka or whatever?
No, I haven't yet.
Yeah, you see the giant thing, there's a huge battle going on in the sky.
Nice.
From what I can tell, though, you don't get to be a part. Sorry to hijack your...
No.
But you don't get to play, you don't actually get to go up into space and do any of that.
Right. That's what I hear, that they don't have space missions at all in this one.
Yeah, I mean, you can fly planes and stuff if you're on the ground, but like you get to watch, when you're not dying, you get to watch that giant Star Destroyer like slam into the ground.
Nice.
And it just, the whole ground shakes. And it's so far in the distance, it's kind of faded.
Right.
But like the dust is just...
That's awesome.
They should have made it so that in that battle, like, the cover would get messed up because stuff would fall.
Yeah.
In random locations. Like, because you got a space battle going on. It'd be cool if, like, you're fighting all of a sudden, like, space debris
just lands on you.
Yeah.
End your killing streak.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Anyway, I don't think it looks, like, that much better than the last or final single-player Final Fantasy game with Lightning. Like, I mean, the combat looks different, obviously, mechanically, but looks-wise, it doesn't look that much better to me. The lighting looks better, some of the particle effects look better, but I don't know. The animations, some of the animations of the characters outside of the gameplay looked awkward to me, and I think we're far enough past that stage that they need to look that awkward. Obviously, some of the syncing was off because they're speaking English and not Japanese.
Right.
But that's not that big a deal. And as usual, English voice actors for Japanese voiced characters are awful. It's like a rule. Like, it needs to be super terrible. I don't know.
Well, I think part of that is that they don't give the voice actors time to really get into the characters. Because, like, with anime series and stuff like that, you don't really start getting the good quality of voice acting until halfway through the series when they've had time to actually do it. And as I was listening to Steve Bloom talk about when he was doing Cowboy Bebop, he's a voice actor for...
Cowboy Bebop was actually pretty decent.
Yeah, but he said that was just one of like 50 different projects he had going on that year. So he's like, the fact that I did really good on that one was awesome. It means I probably did pretty terrible on this one here. He's like, but you don't really get a lot of time for this sort of thing. They put you in a booth, they say, these are your lines, give them this way, and go. So I mean, it's kind of, I can understand the frustration of having terrible voice actors for games and stuff like that.
Well, I'm speaking specifically about Japanese-based games that then get English voiceovers.
Right.
Like, I've heard plenty of games voiced, that were made in the States or, in Canada or, somewhere that speaks English, and then it's voiced, like, beautifully. Like,
Witcher
The Last
3.
of Us, Witcher 3, amazing. Like, Halo has some good voice acting, but then you get something like a crossover and maybe it gets lost in translation, I'm not sure. But the voice acting is usually pretty terrible.
Well, also, we're going by cues of what the actual animated actors are doing, so like their mannerisms and stuff like that are very Japanese as well, so
Yeah,
that could also throw off the meaning of the voice when you're like, hey, or something, I mean...
Accents and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, the trailer itself, I don't know. I think it looks good. That's all. I don't think it's amazing. I think it's good.
Yeah. I think you didn't play enough of Final Fantasy 13 to compare. Like, it looks better than Final Fantasy 13.
I said it does, just not much better.
Yeah.
Like, not enough to be amazing in comparison to what these systems can do now. Like, some of the cutscenes looked okay. It looked alright. Looked good.
I never played Final Fantasy 13. I stopped at 9. No, 10. I played 10. Didn't finish 10. Couldn't finish any of the other ones.
10 was better than 9, but...
Perspective. It was all I had to play at the time, too, so...
But,
I couldn't stand 10. 10 was fucking
So,
ridiculous.
do you have any, what are you excited about in the trailer, and then what are you, like, unsure of?
I'm excited about the combat to see because it looks more like Final Fantasy 13 combat, which I liked for the most part, but had some issues with. So we'll see in the future how that's going to play out. In the because I felt like the design was sometimes kind of weak for Final Fantasy 13. Like they had they tried to implement like traditional MMO elements. You had a guy who tanked, he taunted, that was his job. He had defense. He would taunt, and that would last for like 2 or 3 turns, and he'd guard in the meantime and just like absorb damage, right? But lots of times your bosses would have AE, frontal attacks or whatever, and your other people would just stand next to the tank and get murdered by the AE attacks.
You know what I mean?
And you couldn't control them to be like, stand somewhere else, a-holes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
if you
just
guys
coming
just
in,
stood behind him or to the side, or even just a little bit further away, you wouldn't be getting hurt, and we'd be murdering this guy.
So it kind of looks like, is it 11 or 12? Final Fantasy 11 or 12 that kind of had a weird system.
11 was all online, so it had...
Then it was 12 then.
It was 12, yeah. 12 also had that sort of weird system like that.
It kind of seems like 12 to me.
Wait, 12 is that the one where they introduced like the combat style was not turn-based, it was more like action-based?
Yes.
Okay, so
combat, 12 was a little more like Parasite. 12 felt more like Parasite Eve.
Okay.
Combat to me.
Alright.
As opposed to this, where because you're not really doing any moving around in 13. Like your people will move around and walk around and like run up to attack a dude and then like go this way for whatever reason. So your people will eventually end up spread out sometimes or not.
But you don't control any.
But you don't control any of that movement. In 12, you were basically controlling your movement. When your action was up, you press go, and it was like Parasite Eve, where it's like, little like dome come out and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It was much more like that in 12.
I gotta say, if it's like 13, I'm not looking forward to it at all. Like, at all. I'll be upset if that's the case. Yeah. I really dislike 13's combat because of that. Like, if you're going to make my characters move, let me do it. If you're not going to make them move at all and they're just going to be static, like in 7 originally, fine. That's fine by me too.
Right.
But don't just make them move on their own.
Well, if they don't move and it's still like 7, it's like... Because it felt like that when you start adding in MMO elements, you are trying to set up the ability to like direct where the damage goes, right? Whereas in 7, that was never really an option.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Give me one of either or. Like,
so
if they're going to move...
If they walk around and stuff in the battle to make it feel a little more realistic, I don't really care as long as they're not adding in elements that make me feel like I should be directing the damage at one person or not, or another person.
Right,
you know what I mean? Because that's what really bothered me, is that like it felt like they were giving me like half the control I needed to win this battle. You know, because they felt like yeah, go ahead and direct the damage on this guy or whatever, but I couldn't save everyone else from the AE damage, so what was the point of that? Mm-hmm. You know? But if that's not an element of it, if it's like everyone's getting hit by AE damage all the time anyway or whatever, and it's tuned to be done that way, then fine, I don't care. I don't care if my people like meander around the battlefield while we're fighting. Mm-hmm. It's fine with me, I don't care.
It's whatever.
So
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't like it. It was annoying to me. I really did not like 13's combat. It could be like 13. It's really difficult to tell at this point. Like, I can see during the combat moments when it is your character's turn, when it's Cloud's turn specifically, they have the traditional, like, UI up for, like, attack with this weapon, or use a potion, or do whatever. Use magic. That's there, but the guys in the background are still moving. They're, like, walking towards him, firing their guns, like, when he's doing stuff. So, it sounds like 13 to me, you know?
Yeah. But everyone has a turn bar still, looks like.
There's still the turn bar there, but people are still moving during the entire time. It never stops.
Yeah. But it's really meaningless motion. It's just there to make you feel like it's more realistic.
Except for when your dude's tanking and everyone's standing beside him.
Yeah, but I'm saying that wasn't an element they had in 7. So without the tanking,
this is obviously already very, very different. There's that could absolutely be in there.
They could add it in there, I suppose.
You know.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But like I said, without that element where you feel like you just can't direct them to get out of the way of the tanking, then I don't really care if they walk around or whatever, because it's all going to be, because it's essentially the same as them all standing on one side of the screen with their little legs moving back and forth the whole time. You know what I mean? It's essentially the same thing. It just looks better and neater because they can see them moving around or whatever.
Yeah.
And
I guess
as long as they don't change if they change the combat system and like they start trying to add those traditional MMO elements into it with like a guy who tanks and a guy who heals and whatever else.
It's obviously going to be different. How different? Who knows?
Right.
The one thing that they were saying is that Final Fantasy VII Remake will be told across a multi-part series, with each entry providing its own unique experience. This sounds like shit for a number of reasons.
Yeah.
To me.
I agree.
The first big reason is it just smells of like financial like instability.
Cash grab?
Yeah, just a cash grab. Like they're just like not wanting to put the money into it to just do it and make it because they're not confident.
Well, maybe they're not. Maybe they are going to put the money, but they don't want to wait. Maybe they don't have the time. Maybe they worry about the time frame of how long it will take. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's gonna take forever. I mean, they barely started production on when they showed the first trailer. They said as much.
Right.
Just do it. My guess is that the people who hold the money bags...
They probably don't want to turn to one of the Last Guardians.
That's a problem with
Last
Japanese
Guardian
studios
or
in
Final
general.
Guardian or whatever it is.
Yeah, The Last Guardian. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know.
You know, because they've been working on that game for 10 years?
That's why they need to stop announcing shit right away. Just wait until it's near done and then announce.
So I don't know if they're doing it for cash or because they think it will take too much time.
There's a good reason. If it's taking too much time, it's because of cash. It's not one or the other. If it's taking too much time, it's because of cash reasons. It's taking too much time because the people who are holding the money bags are like, we're getting nervous because last time you said you were going to make a game, it took you 8 years and it never came out. Like, what's going on? Like, I guarantee it has to be related to money. And it just seems like, I'm not shady as much as it seems like, almost like they're not that confident in their own product. Like, that way they can get some money back from pieces of it, and if it tanks and doesn't do well, they can just stop. And then they don't lose as much money.
Alright.
And it seems real bad to me. I don't know.
Yeah. I
suppose. I don't like it.
I don't like it either, but I don't know why it is. You know what I mean? And it could be that reason.
Yeah. And it's going to be PlayStation only though, right? Or are they doing a PC port?
I believe PlayStation... It says coming to PlayStation first, so it didn't say only. But at the end of the trailer, this is coming to PlayStation first.
The other question I have is pricing to us? What do we have to pay? Are we paying for each individual episode? How much is each individual episode?
StarCraft on that. Yeah, you're going to be paying for each one.
If they go like 3 episodes, $20 a piece, I'm like, fine, that's one game. If they go 3 episodes, $30 a piece, I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. It's Final Fantasy VII Remake. I won't buy it. That's shit.
That is a complete lie.
No, it's not. I'm 100% honest. I'm not paying $90 for that. Especially if I have to wait in between episodes. That's just effing annoying. It's just obnoxious. I'm not going to pay it.
Okay.
Yep. It's a game I've played.
Okay.
So you have some fancy new stuff to it. I already know the storyline.
She still dies.
She still dies.
Marv. She still dies.
Poor Ares.
Poor Ares.
Dude, bro, spoilers. God.
Yes.
Maybe people haven't played Final Fantasy.
That's on them.
Okay.
Would you buy it, Ruby? If it was $30 per episode and it was 3 episodes?
Maybe. I don't own a PS4, so no. But if it came out, if there was a PC port for it, yeah, probably.
Yeah? Really?
Depending on how many, I would buy at least the first one, and if I thought it was shitty, I would not buy the rest of them. But I'd give it a chance at least.
I spent probably, I was close to 100 hours in Final Fantasy VII.
Okay.
Total. Over the amount of 2 playthroughs.
Okay.
Probably the first one was closer to 70 hours, and the next one was 30 hours or whatever.
Right. Because you were much faster the second time around.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I was trying to do less stuff the second time around.
Right.
Just trying to do things I missed, really.
Yeah.
But anyways, so if each episode is let's say 10 hours, would you still buy it then?
$30 for 10
how
hours?
How much of the 10 hours is it going to be? Right? Because of that 70-hour playthrough, okay, how much time was spent doing chocobo racing? Or doing chocobo breeding?
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know what I mean?
Fighting
how much I was doing,
weapons.
other mini games. How much time did you spend?
How much time did you spend dying to ruby weapons?
Right.
Oh my
to
God.
trying to beat the ruby or emerald weapon. You know what I mean? Of your 70 hours, how much of that time was actually spent playing through the storyline of the game and not spent doing other things that are not related to that, which you could still do even in a 10-hour section. If the 10-hour section included the section
assuming each of these episodes contains something like that.
I'm just saying. Right. I'm not making this up at all. I'm just saying, but we don't know what are going to be in the individual episodes, right? Mm-hmm. And so until we get closer and we see what it's in an episode, I wouldn't make a decision.
I think fair enough. I think if there's enough stuff, maybe.
Right.
I really doubt it.
Early on, there's not going to be a lot of other stuff to do, right? But you want to level up and max out your materia, and then split your materia, and then max out another version of that. Maybe you want to have 3 multi-strike materias, right?
So, would you tell me
whatever. So you're going to spend a lot of time. A lot of your 70-hour playthrough is spent doing this, killing the same mobs that they have they could have in the 10-hour section over and over again to level up your materia and split them out.
So, in that case, what do you feel? How do you feel about it altogether? Like about it being episodic specifically.
I'm not 100% for it, but I don't 100% hate it either.
So why are you not 100%? Like, what are your reasons for not liking it?
Like because I don't understand I don't know how the breakout's going to be, right? So if they break it out sort of like how the discs were, it was a 3-disc game as I recall, right? Then I'm not gonna. But if they break it out sort of how the discs were, right? So the first period ends right after Eris dies. Okay.
Spoilers, bro.
Yeah, well, Eris dies. So it's too late now. I can say it because you already spoiled it.
I did. And I'd do it again.
Then that first section is going to be kind of shitty because you're going to be mostly newbie prison, like some minor leveling up at the beginning, but really until Eris dies, it's all pretty much newbie prison. Until Eris dies at the end of Disc 1. Right? But then Disc 2 has... Episode 2 would have so much stuff in it that you could spend hours and hours and hours playing, right?
Hopefully.
So I think they can't split it up on the disc lines from the PlayStation.
I don't see how else you could. I really don't.
You can find other breaks in the story.
Not good ones.
That where you could add people or whatever. You know what I mean? Where you could
maybe
we could throw in episodic breaks.
Once they change the story, there's a lot of things. The more I read about it, honestly, the more worried I get. Like the one thing that
it will never be a return to your childhood.
Oh, I'm not expecting to be a return to my childhood. I think they could have gone simple though, like the originals with just upgraded graphics. And I would have been okay with that. Like, because the game was simple and it was just a throwback. It's nostalgia, and that's what you're banking on.
Right.
And they're effectively changing that quite a bit. It's not just nostalgia anymore. It's completely different. We'll see.
Because they also want to tell the people who aren't nostalgic for Final Fantasy VII.
That's true. They're trying to bring in other people.
So if they're going to bring in other people into the Final Fantasy VII story, they have to make, they have to make some changes for those people.
Which, again, leads me to think that, being episodic is not the way to do that. Now, there could be some good news out of this, and each episode is, 40 hours on its own. That's also possible.
Right. And
I would be perfectly fine with that. And I would pay $30, per.
We'd have to know first. Yeah, that's it. So, I would definitely try the first one out and see how it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like I said, there's a lot of time... A lot of the Final Fantasy time, the hours that you put into a Final Fantasy game go into, farming up Knights of the Round, doing the Chocobo racing, doing Chocobo breeding, so you can get the Chocobos to race that you need to do to get the stuff that you need to get Knights of the Round, or killing the ultimate weapons, or farming your materia up so that you can have a, plus HP materia for all your dudes, or whatever, finding everybody's ultimate weapons, or whatever, stuff like that.
At this point, I'm more excited for the Final Fantasy 15, I think, that's coming out.
Yeah.
That looks, I think, pretty awesome. In comparison to this, I'm not sure. We'll see.
It was interesting. We'll have to see. Yeah.
Anyway, next.
So, moving on.
We're
going to talk about Jessica Jones, finally, since you assholes finally decided to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Jessica Jones. Connor's finished it. Ryan has not yet finished it, but we're going to spoil it anyway. Yeah. Because we don't care anymore. What did you think overall of the series?
Overall,
let's ask Ryan first.
Oh,
Ryan,
yeah, okay.
Where you're at? What are your feelings right now? Where you're at in the series? Finished episode 6, right?
Okay. Yeah, Kilgrave just bought the house.
Yes.
And
which he thinks is a grand romantic gesture.
Yes, he does. He believes that. It's such a dick.
I really enjoy it. I think now this could just be I'm a fanboy for David Tennant, but I think he's acting circles around everybody. I
don't know if I'd say he was acting circles around everybody, but you love the David Tennant dick, so that's fair.
I think he was an excellent choice for Kilgrave. I think all the characters were cast very well, and they do a good job in their role too. Watching this,
I don't know that being a snotty Englishman is really a stretch for David Tennant.
He's Scottish, actually, but
whatever.
But
yeah, I just said whatever, bro. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just I don't know. I really enjoy it. I'm having a really good. I'm gonna finish it up this week. Yeah. I'm hooked on it. Like,
It's dark.
Yeah. Oh, but I like it being dark. Like it's that whole Hell's Kitchen. It's that whole real feel. That I mean, because the comic books are very dark, and
Yeah.
I'm just glad that they didn't like try to throw a little bit of white light in there or something like that. Like it's like just one letdown after another. I mean, just like one terrible thing happened to another.
It's pretty brutal.
Yeah, and you're just kind of going, God, like. The part I'm at now, you've got Cage just found out who really killed his wife.
Yep.
So then he's wrestling because they had a sexual relationship. You know, his wife's Jessica Jones and Cage, and
yeah,
he's not okay with that.
He's not. He's 100%
He is not okay with that at all.
Yeah.
Even though, you know, Jessica Jones was mind controlled by Kilgrave, it doesn't matter.
Well, because he doesn't really believe in mind control.
Yeah,
true.
Which I think one of the big themes of the series is like, because he doesn't believe in mind control. Like, he's even got superpowers, and he still doesn't really believe in mind control.
Which is weird considering he shouldn't be what he is, but he is. So
it's one of the themes of this. It was one of the recurring themes that I actually really enjoy in this show. Is that it's Chris Ritter going, Kilgrave is bad news. I really hate him. We should do something about this. I'm gonna run, and they're like, oh, you're a fucking coward. You know, her best friend's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And you're a coward. You can take care of this guy. And then she gets mind controlled by Mindgrave once, and she's like, oh shit.
Yeah, we gotta get the fuck out.
We need to leave. Like, I get this. You know, like that continues to happen. Like, people are like, again, Hogarth has the same. She's like, you're insane.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Jessica, you're insane, Christian Ritter.
Yeah.
And then it happens to her, and she's like, oh shit, this is serious. Like, and she starts to take it seriously, and she understands now. Like, it's a lot of people coming over to Jessica's side because they experience the absolute horror that this guy's able to
make you do things, make you want to do things, even though deep inside you don't want to do.
Like, you're conscious of the fact that you don't want to do it, but you want to do it. It's really, you know, it's terrible.
Yeah.
So, and that includes, again, you know, Johnny Cage. So
Luke Cage, sorry,
Johnny Cage.
Mortal
Kombat, yeah, but that includes Luke Cage,
yeah.
who, you know, was really... And then it happens
spoilers,
to him.
Luke Cage will get mind controlled at some point.
I mean, I can only imagine, like, Kilgrave going, I have 1 and 2 super strong human beings at my disposal right now.
Well, the good news is... The good news about this whole terrible situation is that he's so infatuated and obsessed with Jessica Jones that, like, that causes him from doing many more worse things he could be doing.
Yes.
Well, I liked it when he did go by the house, he refused to use his powers to actually purchase the house. And at first I thought, was this guy a redemption story? Like, what's going on? But then, like, you start thinking about it, like, no. And then you were telling me it's a grand romantic gesture, so he doesn't want to use any of his powers that ran her away in the first time.
Exactly. So like, what in the next episode, you're going to find out some stuff about what's going on. But yeah, he doesn't want to use his powers in this because he wants Jessica to choose to be with him. Because he believes
he's seriously obsessed with her.
He is like seriously 100% believes that they were meant for each other and that Jessica will eventually choose to be with him.
Well, I like that, like when they find Hope and stuff like that, she just sees Jessica and she hates her because he would always tell her how she did not compare to
it's Jessica.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, some pretty crazy stuff.
And still made her do things. Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. The whole way they do the whole mind control thing with Kilgrave was pretty nuts in general.
Yeah.
Like, and I love the fact that it was like Kilgrave told me to do something, and I had to do it. Like the scene with Trish.
The logical fallacies.
Yes.
Yeah, I love the logical fallacies. Like the way to get around his mind control.
Yeah.
Where he tells...
Well, you've seen the episode with Simpson, right? When Simpson first attacks Trish.
Simpson.
The cop.
Yes.
Okay.
The cop comes and attacks Trish, right? And so Jessica convinces him that Trish is dead because she's not moving anymore.
Right.
By injecting her with some of that...
Which I have an issue with that because... There's a reason why anesthesiologists...
Correct. Like, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous, crazy thing to be doing to your best friend.
Right. And I mean, you can't just...
But she knew she had to do
movie
something.
magic. Listen,
well, true.
Right. They have superpowers too. Like you can't even... You gotta forget that
No,
stuff.
I know, but like...
I saw it, I thought exactly the same thing you did, and I went...
Yeah.
I
was like, that is really a bad idea, but I'm going to accept the fact that it works out for her.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's convinced the cop then that he has completed that command, and that's all it takes. You know, later on there's a scene where
there's a great I want to say because it was one of my favorite scenes like in the show where Kilgrave is leaving and he looks to Trish, who has a gun, and he's like, "Put a bullet in your head," and then he leaves, and then she goes click click click, and she's like, because it's out of bullets, and then she's like finds some 9mm bullets that doesn't fit the giant ass pistol she has, and she's trying to shove it in her head like this.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
And she's like just banging it in her head.
Slamming them against her head.
And she's like, I gotta get in my head. And Jessica's like, takes the bullet from her, puts it in her mouth. She's like, there's a bullet in your head. And she's like, okay, I can settle down. There's a bullet in your head. There's a bullet in your head.
Right.
And that's like, it's getting beyond his, by using logical fallacy. It's great. It's fantastic.
Yes. Like, you can bypass his powers by, like, convincing them that they've done what they were told to do or what they were instructed to do.
Yeah.
And they've completed that task or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did like how, I mean, that episode 6, I was getting very pissed off with Jessica because you had this like cop who is an elite special forces black ops wet work steals someone who like is saying you got to do it this. She's like, just do it now, and I'm like, listen to the fucking guy because he knows what the hell he's talking about. Seems like he's done this before.
Jessica Johnson, the guy who listens.
No, I know. But I'm just like...
But see, that's part of what I like about Jessica Jones, is that, like, she's not a smart person. You know, she makes rash decisions. She does things that are, like... that you consider to be dumb or whatever, but she has reasons for doing them that way.
She's clever, but she's flawed, and she's angry. And her anger often, and her impatience often get the better of her.
Yeah.
I think she's smart enough to... I would say, like, if she were more patient, she could probably easily beat, I think, Kilgrave. Could easily get around and figure out how to win against him.
Yeah.
But she's impatient and angry and scared.
You
know, and all these things together, like, make it very difficult for her to deal with him. But she does some really clever stuff.
Yeah.
You know, she's the one who comes up with the logical fallacies half the time to, like, defeat Kilgrave's mind control stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty great.
Yeah. Or like when she saves Simpson or whatever, by like throwing him in the trash at the bottom of the building or whatever, and telling him that he had jumped off. And
you jumped, you're fine.
Yep. You jumped and you landed here, you're fine, or whatever. And he's like, oh, cool. You know, like it had satisfied his mind's need to do that.
I think she's very clever. She's just very flawed.
I really like how the cop just he was so torn up that he may have killed somebody. Even though he wasn't in control, that he was going to go through whatever means necessary to get in that house and find that body.
Yeah, well, they decided to, like, fuck that character's whole idea and ideals in the butt later on, so don't get your hopes up.
They do. They wrecked Simpson pretty bad, I think.
Yeah, which really did anger me because they set him up and his hurt and his, like, I killed her or I tried to kill her and she's, like just terrified now.
Yeah.
Because of me. And then they just fuck that right in the butt, like, for no reason.
Yeah.
Makes me angry. You'll see. We won't talk too much about it, but unfortunately, Simpson's actually one of the characters that comes in, is a great character. I think they did a really good job with him, and then they just, for whatever reason, decided to, like...
Well, decided to, like, write a storyline in a way that I would not have taken.
Yeah.
You know?
Not a lot of need for it.
But Kilgrave's pretty smart, too. Because I'm assuming, I don't remember for sure how the episodes all play out, but I'm assuming you've seen the episode where they kidnap him. Right? Have they kidnap
that
him?
was the last episode.
Yeah, where they grab him or whatever, and then they get followed by people who were paid to protect Kilgrave.
Yep.
Not people who were under his power. So, you know, like, because Kilgrave's smart enough to know that, like, maybe someone can find a way to resist his power. And if they can, he needs to have additional protection or whatever.
Well, and he knows his power only lasts for so long.
Right.
You know, so...
But the power of money is forever.
Keep getting paid. But, yeah. Really, really good. The bad guy for it is amazing. Debbie Tennant does a great job as Kilgrave. Kilgrave himself is just a fascinating character in reality, and I like how they kind of take you on an emotional ride with him as well. Like, he's bad. Maybe he's not as bad as he thought.
Yeah.
No, he's fucking bad.
He's fucking bad.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah, he's really bad. But, you learn some other things about Kilgrave and his past in future episodes that sort of paint him in a different light for a little bit. And then you realize that he was lying about that too.
Ha.
Yeah.
So
It's good stuff.
he's actually a bad guy.
But
And it's good that you caught the fetus thing.
Yeah.
Because some people didn't catch that, but that comes into play later.
it does. But pay attention, because I caught the fetus thing, but I didn't catch when it came into play later.
I was looking at it, I was like, why the hell does she want the fetus?
Yeah.
Why does a lawyer want the fetus?
Because she wants, if she can find a way to implement that power, because she talks about it.
Oh, that's
like,
true.
in the right hands or whatever. Jessica Jones is like your fucking hands?
Right.
You fucking sleazy bitch? No, not you.
Yeah.
You know? Like, whose right hands are we talking about here? Like, you can't be trusted. No one can be trusted with this power. It's not safe. No one can be trusted with it.
That's assuming the power is genetically passed.
Who knows, right?
Who knows, yeah.
So, if you can take the field tissue and find out, right?
Yeah, you got a fetus.
Maybe you can do some research on it, find some shit out.
I love that whole scene. Like, the whole time I thought that Hope was really, that she was being the bitch to that one lady.
Yeah.
And then you find out that she's paying her to beat her up so she can have an abortion.
Right.
You're just kind of like, wow. Like, that's messed
Hope
up.
has an even more important part to play later on. It's fantastic. It's really good, actually.
That whole scene in the bar there is pretty fucking crazy.
Pretty crazy. We won't spoil that part because I think it's a little bit... I mean, you know what's going to happen now, but whatever.
I do like the little support group that they put together. The Killer
Right?
Queen
Yeah.
support
The
group.
Killer
Yeah.
support group is pretty awesome.
I think that is kind of cool. I
Yeah.
like how it's constantly growing in numbers.
Well, and it's a real thing that people would do. That's what's really good about a lot
Right.
of this, is that they try to bring a lot of actual humanity
The story
into
about
this,
the dad
into
who
the
left
story.
his kid behind because Kilgrave didn't want kids in the car.
Yeah.
I was just like, whoa. And then the aftermath, like, because you think when you read the comics and this stuff happens in the comics where, like, Kilgrave uses power or whatever, you never really think about the result. But they're doing such a good job in this show of just the consequence of being under his control and how, since mind control is not, it's like, they're like, that's fucking mind control, really.
Right.
No one's believing him, so, like, yeah. The devil made me do it. I like when they said
Yeah,
that line.
the devil made me do it. Like, everyone just believes the devil made him do it or whatever.
Until he actually did.
Yeah. And then when he actually does, people are like, oh shit. No, that happened. That's for real.
Yeah.
That's for real. And that theme's pretty crazy.
I did also kind of like the setup that the one chick came in and wanted her to find her sleazy husband, and Jennifer Jones went down there and it was a trap to kill her.
Yeah, trap the killer. Right, and I love the fact that that's like sort of, again, painting in the whole Marvel universe where, like, normal people don't necessarily like super people.
They leave messes. They leave ruin.
Yeah, and so there's some resentment there from the normal everyday folk, which will sort of feed into Captain America Civil War that's coming out next year. They're doing a good job of, like, in their whole universe, like, even though the Avengers and the Defenders may never cross over, you may never see any of these in Jessica Jones or Daredevil in any of the movies, and you probably won't see any of the movie people in any of these series. They're still in the same universe, and they're still making sure that you know that they're in the same universe.
You haven't so far in the Netflix series, but Nick Fury showed up a couple times in the Marvel Agents of
In
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., right. Yeah, but I don't think they will in the Netflix series at all.
That's
And I
a shame.
think other than Fury, you won't see anybody else in the Netflix.
We haven't seen
They
Fury
would
yet.
have to.
I mean, or in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., right? You saw, what's her name? Thor's,
yeah, you saw...
Sif? Yeah.
Lady Sif.
Lady Sif made an appearance in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2? 1?
Well, no, I think
Second season, yeah.
No, Fury was in one.
Well,
Those
we
were
said,
all-
yeah, Fury
Fury
was
and Sif have made appearances,
but that was it.
That's it.
Well, I don't think they could really pay on that show the amount of money required to put, like, Robert Downey Jr. in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You know what I mean?
Bro, you put it into his Avengers 3 contract that he has to do it.
Oh, that's true.
And it's part of his money gets paid for it there.
Yeah, but he's not going to be Iron Man.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
No,
saying?
you're right,
You write
you're
into
right.
the
If they don't
contract
kill
that they
him-
sign for the movies. Or
If you don't
whatever.
kill him in the movies, you can put him in the shows at one point, just as a, like...
Yeah.
Iron
Hey,
Man.
I'm no longer Iron Man, but I'm still RDJ.
I'm still already right. I'm still Tony Stark, though.
Still Tony Stark, yeah.
Yeah.
Still a billionaire playboy, philanthropist.
So, overall, I think it's a really good series. It's dark, but and like I said, Hogarth's a gender flip, and I think it's a gender flip done right.
Yeah.
Because she's still Hogarth.
I never would have known had you said anything.
Right.
Yeah, it was... I think it's wonderfully played, wonderfully acted by
Carrie-Anne Moss.
I like the back and forth between Carrie-Anne Moss and her ex-wife now, or her soon-to-be ex-wife.
Oh, there's some more shit that goes down there.
That's awesome.
So good.
That episode too. That episode's
one of my favorite
crazy
scenes.
good.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Not gonna ruin it for Ryan here, though I want to really bad.
The episodes just keep getting better. Like as it goes, the episodes just keep getting better.
Yeah.
And there's a crossover with Daredevil. Small bit. Daredevil's not there. But Rosario Dawson shows up as Night Nurse again in this one. And she mentions that she also knows a guy who has superpowers or whatever. Who has powers and stuff like that. So she understands.
It was actually a really good conversation because she was having it with Kristen Ritter, with Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
About like superpowers and what it means to be a superhero, and like how she thought that Daredevil was somebody who she doesn't know it's Daredevil. She's that guy that the nurse knows. Must really like be confident in what he's doing because she's like she has no idea what she's doing. She's scared by it, and if he's already done this before, then maybe he's really confident in what he's doing. She's like, nope.
Yeah.
Like he questions everything he does all the time.
Yeah. You would have to.
So
because you're still flesh and blood.
Like Rosario Dawson is like the wise man.
Yeah.
She's the wise man for this. So. Yeah.
But she was really good in the episodes that she was in as well. So
yeah,
and it was good that they like started time together a little bit. Like now we know, if they need to get in contact with each other, they can do so.
I don't know if I mentioned this last episode, but I did see a funny meme about the whole Jessica Jones show, where they're like, "What's up with Jessica Jones? Every dude that is in this show is only there for eye candy, or is the bad guy? Oh, that's what it feels like."
Oh, that's what it feels like.
Because it really is like So
yeah. Again, I wouldn't have noticed that had they not pointed it out, but that's exactly...
Right, like, Luke Cage is probably the most important male character in the show.
But he's mostly just there for TNA.
Right.
He's male TNA.
He's mostly male TNA, and he's there to drive Jessica's story forward.
Right.
That's it.
Like, the unrepentant, like, mostly naked shower scene that some women have in some movies... When they come out like nothing but a towel, or they're like topless or whatever. And that was all... Luke Cage owned that whole thing.
Yeah.
He does it in this movie, and it's definitely all him. Like, that's what that scene exists for. And it's pretty funny.
Yep.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny because a lot of people, like, don't, like, know how to take that.
I also like the one scene where Trish and Jessica were talking about the Jewel costume.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were all the Jewel costume. They ordered up or whatever.
Yeah. And she's like, I'm not wearing that. And they put the mask on, and she like turns the mask on. I'm like, that makes so much sense. Why would you wear a blindfold?
Yeah.
But
fantastic. Anyway, anything else? I think
no. I think I pretty much covered everything we were going to talk about. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
I don't got any other like interesting tidbits or anything.
Neither.
Star Wars comes out 2 weeks.
we'll be seeing that.
Yep.
We'll be reporting on that.
We're
sharing our opinions.
Are we going to talk about it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Think so?
No, we're not. We're not going to.
I mean, it's not going to be that big a deal, right?
No. It could.
We may not even go see it.
It could potentially suck. I'm like, part of me's kind of worried about that.
I'm not worried about it.
So.
Although I have, like, those
less
couples who are, like, together for 3 years and they decide to get married, and then, like, 3 months before they get married, they decide to stop having sex or whatever. And because they wanted to save it up to be special, and that's special when they get married or whatever, and their wedding night wanted to be special because they haven't done it for a while. It's a thing, it happens. Okay. Romantic comedies have told me that it's a thing that happens. So, I believe it, but that's how me and Star Wars are right now. We're not being intimate again. I'm not looking at any more trailers. I'm looking at any more, I'm not reading any more articles.
I'm exactly the same.
I'm not being intimate again until that Friday night.
Yep.
Until then, we're not going to be intimate anymore.
That's not a bad way to think about it.
Yep. Okay. All right.
Well, thanks for coming out and enjoy the podcast. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't like it, leave a thumbs down, but subscribe anyway.
Leave a comment.
Yeah, leave a comment.
Tell us how terrible we were. We're okay.
Yeah.
We can take it. We're big boys.
But yeah, check us out at rsgpodcast.com. Check us out at Twitter at rsgpodcast and on Facebook at Random Subject Generator. So All right.
We're good?
We're good.
We're out. Holy crap. Holy crap.